everybody. This is Jerome Wright once again, and you're joining me here on my YouTube channel, Jeronification channel, that is. And I'm gonna try something different in this video. What I have up here is I have an image of a mass-produced or mass production of a piece of artwork depicting African females, and this image is is sent into, I guess, globally, mainly to the U.S. and it was mass produced. It had a China sticker on it. Okay, so this is an inexpensive photo that you could possibly expect to pay anywhere from $5 to $25 for, and you can probably find it at your local store, in your local store, chain store, or the at a flea market. When you go to your local flea market, or to a what else do they have here? Indoor flea market or outdoor flea market, or you know what I'm talking about here on the sidewalks in New York, along that area there. Okay, so basically, this is an inexpensive painting. Okay, and I just want to show you how these paintings, no matter whether it's a Picasso painting, a Rembrandt painting, a Leonardo da Vinci painting, or any other famous artist that we Michelangelo, it doesn't make a difference. If it references who you are or how you were created, you can get out of this picture the multidimensional images that are contained therein. And the reason why this is important is because these paintings identify and associate you with beings, unforeseen beings, that could possibly affect where you go and how you go in death. It could possibly affect the fact of multidimensional doorways, allowing these beings, these unforeseen beings, to come into your space, into your homes, into your vehicles. It's my position that these people that mass produce artworks as such and create these artworks, such as Disney, these things are hanging in your kids' rooms. What I'm about to show you now, and I have videos out on it here if you haven't seen it. Um, the identifiers with Christianity, which I have associated and linked to this as well. The cross, images of Jesus, all of that stuff, people. I mean, is identical to what I'm showing you here. We all believe in an afterlife or spirits and things coming in to our home, either in death or periodically, to get our attention through these multidimensional doorways and guide us into an afterlife, this afterworld, or whatever, or just come into our presence. It's my position that things like this hanging in your home, paintings like this hanging in your home, is an invitation. And to give you an idea, I like to draw a scenario for you. It reminds me of the old Dracula movies. I think Brian Stoker or whatever it is, Dracula movies. How where Dracula couldn't come into your house unless you invited him in. Almost the same thing, like with Jesus. Jesus will not come into your life unless you invite him in. Okay, um, these things. Well, these beings, these multidimensional beings, same exact way. These are open invitations. Those Disney products that you have in your home, the blankets, the curtains, even in commercial life, that's another thing. Your shower curtains. Think about it, people. All of these colorful pieces of artworks that you have in your house. Um, Look at them. Look closely at them, and see if you can see these multidimensional images. Now, how you know that you hit the mark is, it's not just seeing just one and say, oh, well, I think I might see a face right here. That looks like a face. Oh, this, I have to take this down because this there, I mean, this looks like an eye there. That looks like a nose, and that looks like a mouth. And I'm starting to see now. These faces that I'm showing you people are in sequential order. Okay, and I'm going to show you some identifying things about how you can identify what is in your actually in your home, and based on this mass-produced commercialized painting here, that I mean it's a $5 item, $5 to $25 item. However, it could claim your soul in the end. It can make a difference. Excuse me. It can make a difference on where your soul goes. On your dying bed, these spirits come in and see this and say, oh, okay, we know who this person is. We know where this person has to go. These are almost as if you're giving your soul to that of which you're being identified with. Just like the same exact thing with you wearing your cross, with you hanging that picture of Jesus up in your house. It's the same exact thing which is actually happening here. I don't care who you are, where you're at. It's a claim. It's almost like a gold mine. A person that comes in, they put a claim they on their gold, like back in the gold rush days, where at their mine they have a claim on the mine. This mine is claimed by such and such. It's the same exact thing when you associate yourself with the unknown, something that you don't know anything about, which is actually occurring in a cult-like way. It's unfair that those of you that do not know nothing about this are being victimized by those that do know what is going on with this. This stuff, people. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, I was sitting there. I was putting my kids to bed one night about a year and a half or so ago, and I'm sitting there looking at these Cinderella images on from Disney that I mean, those little stick-ons that you actually stick on the wall, and in my kid's room. And then the other one, I forget the other, that space guy's name and all, and that's on the other side. And I'm looking to myself and I'm saying, I mean, I can see these multidimensional images in it, which caused me to go and look more closely at Tinkerbell and other Disney products. And if you look at Disney, I have linked Disney. I mean, look at my videos here because I have linked Disney to the cult relationship with that of Salvador Dali, surrealist artist Salvador Dali, who has cult-like images all in her stuff, and then um, sexuality and homosexuality and bisexuality with Disney and with Salvador Dali. You have to go back and look at collaborated artwork with Disney and Dali. Go back to the very earliest forms of artwork with Disney and Dali, the founding of Walt Disney, and you can bring that from the artwork from the beginning through to current. I can take Disney apart on his animations, on everything. You know why? Because Disney is based on everything that is here in support of in my videos here. Okay, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to get sidetracked. I want to take this $5, this $5 to $25 item, and show you how this stuff is actually in your home. Let me take a sip of coffee first. All right. This image reminds me of um, the slave women that are depicted in that with Queen Esther, the Renaissance paintings of Queen Esther. Um, what else does this remind me of? Oh, it reminds me of the image of created also by Botticelli, um, which is Primavera. Okay, which I found out later means spring and renew, rebirth. Okay, and the same exact thing here. Um, these images. Look at this painting. You see nothing but women. But look more closely. I want you to look at this. Look at how the faces seem to actually like run and bleed together. Look at the deformity here towards the chin here. Look over here. Look at the deformity here. you'll see deformities. I think, can I bring that in closer so you can actually see that? Okay, I have it up. Okay, let me bring that in a little closer so you can see that. You see that? See how there's a deformity there? Okay, and see how the shadow on the face. See how you see a morphing like meltdown right there between those two. All right, I'm gonna back out some. Pay attention, people, because this gets real good. Now, let me show you something first. Now, I know that Africans were bridged over. There was a genetic manipulation process that calls for the breakdown of their genes, which calls for the other likenesses of mankind, which means across the Asian continent, um, European, German, all of those lighter, as we got from our monkey state, our ape state, to our African state, and the breakdown in these genes to where mankind became lighter and lighter and lighter into falling Caucasian. Well, it's my position, well, it's my factual position, that the creatures that was utilized to do it, in these paintings, it will always show the contributing creatures, as they are showing here. These people is being shown bridged over. Giraffe, skin of giraffe being there. Okay. Leopard, tigers, and lions. Now I don't know if you can see this. Now you don't see a lion's skin there, though, do you? But check this out. Let me zoom back out again. These genetic bridgings shows a meltdown, a cyclination of these genes over what beings are African ancestors. A breakdown. All right. The mother of Africa, the mothers of Africa, shows a degradation, a breakdown in their gene, which was a very difficult gene to attack. All of our artworks, all of our famous artworks of our world globally shows the same exact thing. It's shown globally. I don't care whether it's Mayan, Angkor Wat, Cambodia, China. It doesn't make a difference. It all says the same thing. And in Christianity, it's saturated, okay, in the artworks. But I just want to show you in this commercial art. I don't want to get sidetracked. Look at how in each framing there's a felt or skin representation of these animals. These are contributing. Look at these as genetic strands, because these are genetic contributors to the breakdown of our original ancestor genes. Then finally it comes into, and you see it with other artists as well too. But then there's the lion and the horse, which is all representations of our early um, dinosaur, ancient dinosaur ancestor, which we are also a part as well too. Let me show you the lion. Look at how, look at each framing, and come up here to the inside frame. It's like frames inside of frames, showing you a breakdown. Check this out. Beginning from the outside, of course, you can actually see a lion's face there. See the mouth, the chin, the centerpiece of the nose, and then there's the closed eye line. Shows the blood of the lion intermingling with that of mankind. Well, you said, well, Jerome, that looks like a lion there. There's the nose and the cheek and the eye right there. You see that lion's face there? Here's the mouth. Here's the bottom lip, and this will be that lion's right eye. Well, shows the blood of the lion utilized in this genetic breakdown cocktail to the Africans. You say, well, Jerome, that looks like a lion. Okay, fine. Well, okay. Well, I'm over the bridge of the lion's nose right there. Well, if you come straight across, there's the actual lion right there. It's the same exact image. Left eye, right eye, the diamond-shaped nose of the lion, that separating piece that comes down to the mouth, and the lion's face is right there. And look how the line is shown attached. Excuse me. Excuse me. To the corner of this framing. You see that? Look at the line attached to the cornering of that. Now, when we get down up here, now this painting is like this. This painting is not worn. This painting is created like this because it shows a degradation of these genes and the mix of these genes. And I'm gonna show you something else about this as well too. If I can get past this allergic reaction I'm having while I'm making this video, shows a breakdown of how all the cocktail of these genes came together. Even shows morphing mutations and faces of mutations. But I'm going to bring you into here because this is where it gets most compelling right here. Now, what do you see besides just three Africans there? What do you see? Take a look. In here, do you see anything in there? Anything? It's my position that I'm gonna let me. Well, you see the lion's face there, right? Um, right eye, left eye. The bridge of the lion's nose, a diamond right there. Then there's the lion's mouth, and there's the lion's bottom chin. This here little dot, you see this a lot. In a, you know what? That's a new bloodline that was created. This line here represents that of the reptilian, the green. This shows a new bloodline created from this chemistry, from this golden light cocktail. So what is this doing in this commercial painting? All right, well, hold on. Let me show you something. What you should be seeing there. Look right here. What the hell? Can you see this right here? Do you know what that is right there? It's a creature that was used also to bridge us over. Can you see that? Probably hard for you to see. I can see it quite clearly. I have it drawn out for you. Where's that image that I brought from? Oh, okay. I got this image from photos.com because it's going to give me my best example of what I can see there. You can't see it, can you? Can you see anything there? No, you can't see it. You know why? Because they are multidimensional creatures utilized. They're melted into the painting. Now, remember when I told you that you can see a meltdown from what is here across to here and across to there. You know what this is showing you? That these beings were bridged between the animals that is depicted. Let me show you what is here. This is from photos.com. And you know what that is? That's a picture of a miniature horse. And the reason why I use this picture is because of the way the hair comes down, the way the snout is, the eye, and the coloring. Mainly because of the coloring, the white and the brown. Because it matches perfectly to what is between those two women. There's an image of a horse right there. Look out the eye. Look, watch this. This is it. You see the hair right here? There it is right there. You see this ear? There it is right there. You see this ear? The ear is right there. Now, the eye, you see how the hair is parted over the eye? Well, lo and behold, the same exact thing is right there. You see the bridge of the nose? That's right there. You see the horse's snout? They're each right there. And then the horse's mouth. There is an image of a horse. Now, and it's a miniature horse too, by the way. So why didn't the artist just show you that there's a horse in the painting? Which is not consistent. These horses are not consistent. Miniature horses are not consistent with being in that of Africa or horses, period. You don't really actually see them in pictures with Africans. Or I have it. I have you. Shows you that this creature's genes were introduced, contaminated, cross-contaminated, as with these other creatures, with our African ancestors, to genetically change who we are. This is what these findings, people, is what caused for the long hair, the blue eyes, the green eyes, in our Caucasian counterparts today. When you see our Caucasian counterparts with this long blonde hair, red hair, um, what red hair? I went in brunette hair. It's because of these introduction of these genes with these animals that I am mentioning to you. Now, this is how we got from where we were, being ape and African, to the different likenesses. And look across the Asian world. The closest ancestor, I mean, look at the closest, from the closest proximity of that of Africans. We got Egyptians, whom hair, until they were cross-contaminated, all were consistently the same. The same thing with our Asian world. The same thing with our Japan world. The same thing with all of our German. It's the hair, everything, the features, genetically, you were the same. It wasn't until we got to the breakdown further on with our Caucasian counterparts that the eyes changed, the the skin pigmentations change, the hair change, and it matches perfectly with the creatures of our world. With these creatures that I'm actually showing you that we were changed with: lions, giraffes, tigers, even birds. An introduction of birds as well, people. All of these genetic breakdowns is what altered us. But however, I don't want to get sidetracked. I want to keep going. I want to show you. So I have this horse drawn up for you because most of us will probably say, "Well, I can't see it." See that horse's head right there? Let me show you what that horse looks like drawn up. There he is right there. Oh, it's a little lighter, but ear, left ear, right ear. Here's the hair mane coming down the center. Look at this, people. It's a perfect match. I'm gonna go like this here. Here's the mane right here, coming down. Well, right there. Look, perfect match. Here's the discoloration in the mane right there. Look at that. The part. Then there's the eye. There's the eye. And there's the snout of that creature. The same exact creature. Shows you which genetics were used to cross-contaminate these people. Alright? Now, there's something else that is here. And let me see if I can bring that up, because it's very, very tricky for you to see. Let me see if I can, let me see if that's shown in that image right there. Because there are other multi-dimensional images there. Let me see if I can show you what else is there without interrupting. I gotta clear my. Because that horse's mouth, I wonder if I can show you with that. You can also see faces in there too, but I want to show you something. Can you see that? It's difficult to actually pick out, but here's a close-up of that woman's mouth too, by the way. Look at how these creatures are there. There's even the bill of a bird right there. And this is, look, let me make this complex for you, because there are mutations in here. I'm gonna make this complex for you. First of all, you can see the genes being morphed into this woman, because this is why her mouth is deformed here. Okay, you see the worm or the gene created from this, and it shows going into her, biting her. The same exact thing over here. Look over here. How you see these morphine genes. Look at this. Look at this, people. Here's the regular lip area from here back. Look at how the morphine, these morphine faces are merging in shadow form into their faces. Look, what the hell is that doing there in a $5 painting? But check this out. It shows you the genes that were created going off in both directions. That's what that is. Now check this out. These mutations, there's multi-dimensional mutations. Here's the bill of a bird, okay, which also creates a specific ape species because that bill, that hole, is also the eye of that of an ape. The ape's mouth is here. Now, mind you, that the horse is up here. It shows you a breakdown of genes, which calls for the genetic altering, and there's a third one over there as well too, of our ape African ancestry. And this 5 to 12, the $25 painting shows you. Look at the ape. Look right here. I'm going over the ape, going over the ape. Here's the ape's mouth. It has the lips and everything of this creature. Check this out. There's the bottom chin area of this creature. And look, and it's a specific ape species that it is showing us. That's the beauty in my discovery. And then we have our horse right there. This, now you can see the ape's face right there, showing you the creatures that were bridged over our African ancestors to create new bloodlines. Now, I'm going to point out something else to you that is very unique. I wonder if I can show you on here. I might be able to. Let me see. Alright. Now, a lot of us probably have this painting in our house or one that is very similar. I bet you that for the most part, the reason why I'm doing this painting is because this is like a $5 to $25 item that probably a friend that you have or even yourself have this image in your home. Let me back it off again, because I know that you know somebody done seen this painting somewhere. Okay, and this is a painting that can be picked up off the streets of the flea market, because it's just a regular commercial painting. This although this looks real, this is nothing but like like a plastic that's made to look real. It's a plastic, and this is a print, from a factory, mass production factory, and the backing of it is actually cardboard. Okay, so I want to show you something. What you gotta really see. Now you can see the horse real good, can't you? You see that? And the fact of the matter is, with all of this, is that the way that I'm showing you how it's showing a breakdown in the bloodlines. You see that in the animals that are being utilized, and the targeted genes are those of Africans using these animals. That's what the message is here, and a new bloodline was created. Now, let's keep going. I'm going to show you something. How these artworks boldly show you the creatures, the contributing creatures to this. Look here in this corner, and this guy's, this gal, a guy, looks like a boy, cross between a boy and a female, the man. All right, but anyway, check this out. How in this corner in their clothing, how there's a head of a beast right there. See it? Eye. This would be the ear, mouth line. Let me give you that. What that would actually look like right there. Okay, right here in this corner. And then if you come to the other corner, remember when I told you that there's a representation of ancient bloodlines? There's a creature here that's a cross between well, dinosaurs are reptiles, like a duck-billed dinosaur. And where we at? Right here. From the description, there's the eye, there's the snout, there's the mouth. It's almost like a shell on his mouth right there. See that? See these ancient genetics? You see that at work there? Look at this. Right there in the corner. You see that? It shows you people on both on each corner. This is a readable painting that is on mass production coming out of China, and where every person that is attracted to this painting unsuspectingly takes it home and hangs it on their wall and have no idea of what the underlying meaning and message is behind this painting. So for $5, $5 to $25, you take this painting home and hang it on your wall. And when the angel of death comes to claim you, or angels of death come to claim you, or when there is a window open, when they're just visiting, this is a mark that tells them where you mentally are. What you're attracted to. Because people that are attracted to these paintings, that connects with this painting, is genetically linked to this painting. So when you're walking and you stop and you're in the flea market, let me help you. Let me draw a scenario for you. You're in the flea market, you're going and you're walking, and you're like, oh, wait, I gotta have that painting. What is genetically in you, linking you to this painting, is what stops you to buy this painting. When you're at home, when this painting is home and hung in your wall, because 9 times out of 10, if you're attracted to this, you're attracted to similar other things. These dimensional beings, it tells them who you are and what genetically stands out about you. It's almost like being with going into your psychologist, and he sits there and picks your brain apart, and in the end, he can make his professional analysis of you. Just like that same mentality that you have about hanging a picture of Jesus up on your wall, or an image of a cross, or a picture of the Saint Mary, whatever, the Virgin Mary, because this is who you want to be associated with in your death, on your dying bed, or for protection. These paintings making it into your home, along with many other products that are being commercialized. I don't care whether it's on a couple, on a container of coffee, whether it's on your waffle box, whether it's on your on your cereal box. The problem with everything that is happening, people, is that our souls are being sold, and we're the main contributing factors to it actually happening, unbeknownst to you. Because the very people that is aware of this and doing this to us, they have the best of both worlds, because they're commercializing their products to you. In other words, selling you their products, and in doing so, taking your money while taking your soul at the same time, and for a far less price than a price tag than what you. Well, actually, you don't know anyway, so it don't make a difference, because they could give you this this painting, and the price that they actually has on it is your soul. It's not just this though, people. It's this with Disney, and I can't keep going back enough. It's on your children. Um, Look at your curtains. Look at the clothing that you wear. with these bizarre designs in them. I've seen it in throughout the clothing industry, um, throughout, I mean, fashion design industry, should I say, and I mean in our home modeling, in the tiles on our floors. I've seen it everywhere. People, I've seen it in the linoleum. Um, just to give you some of an idea, people, it's everywhere. These dimensional images are everywhere, and the more famous that the product is, I mean, the more famous that the product is that you see, then these are the ones that have that symbolic meaning, that cult-like meaning. Now, look at this horse's head here. Now, I draw your attention to, look at this clouded matter. Look at the chin. Look at the mouth. Come up here. Look at the nose. Look at the eyes. These melting images, almost like a totem pole, an Indian totem pole that shows you the direction of how these genes, it's a genetic grail to how there was a degradation of these genes. And you look at this rod here now that I showed you with the blood thing on. Look at it going back this way. You can actually see even a bloodline of the cat, which actually begun over here. There's a head of a cat here. Now look at this one. There's a head of a cat, and this rod, reptilian rod, stuck into the mouth of this cat. Here's the bottom chin area and the head of the cat here. These images, people, shows you how Africa was genetically contaminated. These diseases in Africa, AIDS, that have been rumored to have been man-made, which they say that the Africans did it to themselves, eating monkeys and the monkey blood and all of that. These contaminations, these genetic contaminations, were created through the multiple genetic interventions of that of Africa, which is our African ancestor, which through a period of time, I'm saying 500 to 600 years, can be reintroduced. You have Great Britain. You have, um, under the guise of religion, those what do you call those humanity groups that's over there, the missionaries that are over there, supposedly helping these people over in Africa, me genetically contaminating them. It's a genetic contamination process, cyclination, where it's cross contamination of these genes and monitoring of same. I'm going to show you something else. I can tell you which each one of these women, the genes that they're carrying, that they were cross contaminated with, based on the encryptions that are in this painting. Let me just give you an idea here. I'm going to show you something. Uh, Here, let me show you. Let me show you something. Here's a highlight. I can actually turn that image. The woman, the mother of creation, she always appeared a witch-like woman. In this case here, she has lips, lipstick, and everything on her. You see her up in the headwear of this woman right here. See her? There's the eye. There's the nose. There's the chin. She even has lipstick on, red lips. Hold on, let me turn around because I'm going to show you on the painting right quick. There's her head right there. That's how she appears. Now, there's the African woman down here. She has a horn on her head. The horn is actually red. See that horn right there? There's her lips. Red lips, like she's wearing lipstick. And look. Her face. Now, I'm going to take the painting and I'm going to turn the painting. Hold on. In which direction do I want to turn? Let me see, because I'm looking at this backwards. I want to turn this painting, but I don't know which direction I want to turn it in. Oh, there you go, right there. Here, look at the lips area where I showed you. You see the little face right there? The eye and the mouth. She actually has red lips, and the defining features of the lips is there. And the eye. You know what she's faced off with? Because she's never alone. She's always there, shown, depicted with the ape. There's the mouth of the ape. There's the ape-like snout, and the ape is shown here. See the ape's eye? The ape is shown. This is specific genes, people. You see that? Shows you that chemistry, and I know what it means. See the ape's face here? The ape is shown in the encrypted here in the cloud matter. There's the ape's monkey-like top lip area. There's the bottom lip area. There's the opening of the mouth, the eyes, forehead. You see that, people? These two beings are always shown together. This is the authentication of these creatures, of what's being said here in this entire image, along with everything else, of course. Shows you how these genes, hold on, were broken down. Look at my videos. Okay? Now, like I said, we all have somebody that has this painting in our house. If you don't want to believe nothing else that I said about this painting, this $5 to $25 painting, then ask yourself, how come it is that you have an indication of animals in between this picture, in between these beings, and you see where the meltdown of these creatures. Now, I didn't showed you an ape in here as well too. Why these beings are shown morphing these faces? Why are they melting between that horse? You know why? Wake up, people. These beings were bridged between the genetics of this animal. That's why. This animal, which is a representation of our ancient dinosaur, shows you that these beings were genetically bridged over, or bridged through this creature to break down their genes. It's my position that I don't care how you toss this up and slice this up, that it is the only logical explanation for these encryptions within these paintings. And my explanation of how our Caucasian counterparts came with this type of hair, the lion's eyes, the tiger's eyes, the bird eyes, those eyes, the our genetic change is because of these bridgings with these animals that are encrypted here, showing you this is a bloodline that is created and is boastfully showing you in a mass-produced marketed painting that you can buy at a flea market or in a chain store somewhere while you're grocery shopping. It labels you. It's an identifier, because all of those that are attracted to this painting and picks this painting up and take it home, it says that this is a gene that is dominating in this person. If this person was attracted to this painting, then this person is ours. I come to you at Dr. Death. I come into your home, you on your dying bed, and in your last breath, I look over and see this painting on your wall. It tells me where you need to be at. I grip you up and lead you to where these beings are located dimensionally, that were created through this process. You go to your local motor vehicle Well, ours is segregated. Let me take you some. Let me take you somewhere else. Where do we go when we stand in line? And well, at the motor vehicle, line one is for licensing and inspection of your motor vehicle. Um, line two is license. Line three is for photo license and photos. Line four is for title. You see what I'm saying? It's a segregation process. It identifies you. It labels you. The same thing in death. In fact, they show you that in some cases in death. It shows you that crossroad. Now, I remind you people that our ape and African ancestors in history are labeled as demons. Go and look back at the early Renaissance images and all of that. They begin from looking like again. I'm going sidetracked here. That they go from looking like apes with horns to darker versions of being black. Look at the early images of the depictions of demons before they were created as being red and as devils. You know why? Because this gene was a devil to get out of the change. It took so long. This was the demons. Those ancient ancestral genes of that of the ape and the African were labeled as devils because that gene was a devil of a gene to get out of to break down, to genetically alter. But look at the face, morphing out of the clouds, mouth open onto the head of the horse, and then there's an ape down here. Look at this, people. Can you see it now? I'm leaving this picture up here so you can actually see it. Now I want you to go to the one that's on your wall because 9 times out of 10, I bet you, and probably out of every 10 households, this image is probably there. Yeah, probably can get it at your local dollar store, Dollar General, or Family Dollar. You can, I bet you that you can get this image from out of one of those stores because it's a mass-produced painting. Yeah. My name is Jerome Wright. You're watching my Jeronification channel. I'm going to upload this video and then I'm going to go right into creating another one. But people, these kind of paintings label you as who you are. It sends you and your soul, not just the soul of you, but the soul of your family, in a direction. It corrals you in a direction. Look at the rest of my videos. You should become angry because it's affiliating you with something that if you would otherwise know about, you may not associate with. And this is the problem in that. But look at these paintings for what they truly are. And I'm here to let you see and know the truth about this. There's much more to know. I mean, I know much more than what I'm actually stating as well, too. But through these sort of paintings that where people boldly and candidly create these drawings and these paintings and then mass produce them and resell them to you. Now again, this came out of China. The sticker on the back of it, I threw the top part away because it actually broke, but this says made in China. So this was mass produced in China and then sent back here to the US, okay, based on an artist's conception of his idea of these African women. But here I'm showing you these cult-like images, because that's what they are, cult-like images that are underlining these images. But the cult-like images is showing you that there is an attack on Africans genetically. This is an attack. This is warfare. This is genetic warfare. Reminds me of how Jesus destroyed nations without lifting a sword. You know why? Because he genetically contaminated them. And that's how these nations gave them a disease, which would subsequently break down their genetic being. And this is how these nations became destroyed. And this is why you have a soldier at his sarcophagus from where he rose from the dead, or that cave lid open, and you see those soldiers, those 6 soldiers representing 6 different nations defeated, laid down defeated, and he got up. You know why? Because he genetically rose within them and destroyed them. My name is Jerome Wright. You're watching my Geronification channel. I'm going to go make another video.